I would now request Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, to kindly deliver his speech.
Namaskar. Respected President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu ji, the Honorable Governor of Assam, Shri Gulab Chand Kataria ji, the Honorable Union Minister for Law and Justice, Shri Kiran Rijiju, Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sharma, Chief Minister of Assam, Shri Justice Sandeep Mehta, Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, my very distinguished colleagues from the Supreme Court who have graced this occasion, Chief Justices of the High Court, Judges of the High Court, judicial officers, members of the bar, students, and all the distinguished guests who have graced this occasion with their presence. As the head of the family comprising of the Indian judiciary, I have the greatest pleasure in warmly welcoming the Honorable President of India in our midst, and we express our gratitude to her for having graced this occasion. It fills me with a sense of pride and optimism as we celebrate the rich history of the Guwahati High Court, which is celebrating its Platinum Jubilee. It has the unique distinction of being the common High Court for 4 major states of the country, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, and Nagaland, with their varied cultural, linguistic, geographical, historical, legal, and customary landscape. The appointment of Shri Justice Kardak Ete as a judge of the Guwahati High Court recently is a testament to the judiciary's commitment to diversity. One of my own Chief Justices of the Bombay High Court shared with me that the most newly appointed judge flagging the outstanding work which was done by the Guwahati High Court when times were bleak in the emergency. It is in tough times that the tough judges get going. The role of the judiciary is to ensure that the law and its administration do not thwart justice, but rather uphold it. Law should always be used with the sensibilities to address the root of the problems and should take into consideration the social realities of the communities where it is sought to be implemented. As we celebrate 75 years of the Guwahati High Court, we must also recognize the challenges that continue to plague our justice system, particularly in the realm of access to justice. Historically, many jurisdictions under the Guwahati High Court have reeled from the effects of natural calamities. Recurring floods in the state of Assam, which annually displace thousands of people, many losing important identity documents and other material possessions in their process. The challenges faced by the marginalized and the vulnerable communities during these adversities is even greater, impeding their access to public services, including the access to justice. The stirring words of our President, Srimati Draupadi Murmu ji, during the celebrations of the Constitution Day of India in 2022 resonate in the mind. The President raised important concerns regarding lack of access to justice and legal aid and urged us to address the pressing needs of the most vulnerable sections of our society. Her words have inspired the legal fraternity to widen the reach of justice throughout the nation. In line with it, today we will be witnessing the launch of 3 initiatives to advance the outreach of the justice delivery system. One of these initiatives is the launch of the Bharoka mobile app, a women's safety app, which was inaugurated by the President a short while ago. Bharoka is a community-specific digital tool that localizes the support and connects the users with local support structures. It has a range of features such as integration with the Women's Helpline 181, distress signal alerts, and information about welfare schemes available for women. But we must remember that technology by itself is not a panacea. It must be supported by an ecosystem to actualize the benefits which are intended. The recent National Family Health Survey reveals that 75.4% of women in the urban areas of Assam and 53.9% of women in the rural areas of the state already have access to mobile phones. This is a tremendous achievement of the state. These are remarkable figures signifying years of progress towards equal digital inclusion. However, the percentage of women who have never used the internet still falls below 50% in Assam. Keeping in mind the digital gender divide in access to the internet, the developers of the Bharoka app have made sure that it also works in areas with no internet connectivity, where an SMS alert can be sent to emergency contacts with the location of the nearest phone tower. I must applaud the developers for being cognizant of the ground social realities. Technology has to be groomed to the Indian social context. Our design thinking must be user-centric. Our processes in the judicial system will result in just outcomes if our structural designs include everyone and exclude no one. To just give you some illustrative figures, in 2023, up to 13th March, 2.77 crore SMSs were sent to registered mobile phone users across India, 3.84 lakh per day. The e-Tal website has recorded 326 crore transactions in 2022. 18.5 crore transactions have been recorded in 2023 till 13th of March 2023. We have sent 2.37 crore automated emails in 2023 itself up to 13th of March 2023 to registered users in the justice delivery system in India. These figures are unprecedented in contemporary societies across our globalized age. I hope that this marks the beginning of a series of initiatives that would be taken under the auspices of the Guwahati High Court, under the able leadership of Chief Justice Sandeep Mehta, to ensure that the law remains imbued with a humane touch and is grounded in the diversity of human experience. A humane touch of the law is essential for ensuring that the law serves the needs and interests of all people. It requires a willingness to be empathetic to the unique identities of people, with a commitment to accessibility and fairness, and implementation which is grounded in compassion and respect for equality and diversity. When the law is wisely applied and interpreted in the hands of judges, women and men who have a feel for social reality and compassion in the application of law, it takes a step forward towards realizing justice. But when the law is wielded without principle, it can carry the burden of arbitrariness. For the judges and lawyers, and indeed for all of us as citizens, the constitutional path is reflected in the values of the preamble: fraternity, dignity, liberty, and equality. These parameters provide the beacon for the unity of our nation and the stability of the social fabric. The relations between the executive and the judiciary on the administrative side have to be marked by a sense of robust constitutional statesmanship. All three arms of the state the legislature, the executive and the judiciary are engaged in the common task of nation building. But on the judicial side, the confidence and faith of the citizens in the judiciary lies in a fierce sense of our own judicial independence. The legitimacy of the judiciary as an institution depends on the faith which we command of our citizens. And that faith is determined by one factor and alone, which is whether we become the first and the last choice of access to the citizens in times of distress and need. Constitutional statesmanship, above all, whether it is on the administrative or on the judicial side, requires deliberation. It requires dialogue, not public grandstanding. Once again, I extend my best wishes to the entire legal fraternity associated with the Guwahati High Court and congratulate them for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. God bless, and may you contribute to making our nation stronger and stronger each day of our lives. Namaskar.